Hello everyone. This is lecture number 7 of engineering mechanics. Problem number 1. A horizontal shaft with inner clearance of 1000 mm carries two spheres of radius 350 mm and 250 mm as shown in figure. The weights are 600 Newton and 500 Newton respectively. Find the reactions at all points of contact. So this is my given figure here, and then this triangle P, Q and R is drawn separately here. Okay, so we'll write down the dimension of this triangle over there. This 600 is taken as from P to Q, that is radius of circle 1 and radius of circle 2. That is, here you can see sphere 1 is numbered here and then 2 is numbered for sphere 2. And then the width of the shaft is 1000 over there. Fine. Now PQ we got it as radii of circle 1 plus radii of circle 2 will get the answer as 600, that is 350 plus 250 we got it as 600 Next thing is we have to find out the answer for PR. So we can see here PR is given by total clearance, that is 1000 minus radius of first circle and the radius of second circle. If we do this, we'll get the answer for PR, that is clearance there, that is PR there. Find PR is given by 1000 minus 350 minus 250, will get the answer as 400 This is what is written over here. Next thing is PQ, it is 350 plus 250, it is 600 Next we have to find out the answer for theta, that is here. Cos theta is equals to adjacent, that is 400 divided by hypotenuse. 400 divided by 600 will get the answer as 48.18 degrees. Okay, so next what we have to do, we have to see at what point we can apply Lam's theorem. So the very first step for any given problem is to draw the free body diagram. Let us see at what sphere we can apply the Lam's theorem. So when we go for sphere 1, we have totally this is my weight, and then this is my reaction coming here, and then this is the reaction coming from the bottom side, and then the reaction coming from this end. So there are totally four forces. At sphere 1 we cannot apply the free body diagram over there, so we have to neglect this one for applying the Lami's theorem. Next, what we can do is we can go for sphere number 2. So here there is one reaction which is acting here, and then there is a weight of the sphere 2 which is coming here, and then there is a reaction coming from this end. So there are totally three forces. So here we can use Lami's theorem there. Okay, so Lami's theorem is applied only when the number of forces are equal to 3 there. So in this case, there are three forces over there, that is weight of the sphere 2 and then RB and then RA. So totally we have three forces. In that case, what we have to do, we have to use this Lam's theorem and write the expressions for RA RB. Okay, so RA by sine 138. So let me explain how these angles came here. So first I'll read the sentence, that is the expression here. RA divided by sine 138 is equal to RB divided by sine 190 is equal to 500 divided by sine 138.82 there. So let me explain this one by one over here. Fine. Now let me remove all this. Now what I'll do, I'll draw the free body diagram here itself. Fine. So weight is coming downwards, and then RB is going like this. So I'll draw a vertical here. If this is theta, this will also be theta. Theta is equals to 48.18 degrees there. Fine. The angle between RB and then weight is given by 48 plus 90, that is 138.18 degrees. This is what is being written over here, that is 48 plus 90 there. Next, what we have to do, we have to find out the angle between. Now what I'll do, this is my R A, angle between RA and RB. So angle between RA and weight is 90 degrees here. That is done. Okay, you can see it is 90 degrees over here. Next thing is, so the angle between RA and then RB. So for that, what I'll do here is I'll just draw a line like this. So this is my 90 degrees. So this is my 90 minus 48.18. So you'll get the answer as 41.82 degrees. So my total angle between RA and RB will be 90 plus 41.82 degrees. This is how we can find out the angles here. Fine. So now we can apply Lam's theorem. So RA by sine 138.18 degrees, RB by sine 90 degrees, and then 500 by sine 131.82 degrees over there. So with the help of this, we can find out the answer for RA. RA is equals to 447.365 Newton, and then RB is equals to 670.922 Newton over there. Now, as we discussed earlier, we cannot apply Lam's theorem for sphere 1. So in that case, what we have to do here is we have to draw the free body diagram first, and then we have to apply the laws of equilibrium equation. Let us do that free body diagram. Fine. Now what I'll do, I'll draw the free body diagram here. That is, weight is coming downwards and then reaction is coming upwards. That is, I'll call it as RD. This I'll call it as W over there. And then I'll take this one as RC, and then I'll take this one as RB. So what is this angle? This is my 48.18 degrees over there. Okay. Now I'll apply the laws of equilibrium. Let us take first equilibrium equation, that is summation fx equal to 0 over there. Fine. So minus plus RC minus RB. In the previous case, we have found out the answer for RB there. That is plus RC. You can see RC is towards the right direction. Plus RC minus RB, that is minus 670.922 into cos theta. You can see this cos theta, that is theta is making an angle of 48.18 degree with respect to the horizontal. That's why it is cos 48.18 degree is equal to 0. You'll get the answer for RC, that is 447.366 Newton. This is how RC is found. There is one more equilibrium equation, that is summation Fy equal to 0 over there. So what I'll do, so plus RD, you can see RD is going upwards, that is plus RD minus W, that is weight of the shaft, sorry, sphere is 600 Newton, that is written over here, and then minus RB is in third quadrant, that means X and Y component will be minus, that is minus 670.922 sine 48.18 degrees. So once you substitute this one or simplify this one, you are going to get the answer for RD as 1100 Newton over there. So this completes the problem. So what was asked in the question here is find out the reaction at all the points of contact. So when this problem is given to you, you have to identify what are the points of contact. That is, point of contact is point A and then point B, that is between sphere 1 and sphere 2, and then point C, that is RC at and then RD. Okay, so problem number 2. Two identical rollers, each weighing 400 Newton, are placed in a trench. as shown in figure. Assuming that all contact surfaces are smooth, determine the reactions at contacts points A, B, C, and D. Okay, so why they have mentioned here that contact surfaces are smooth? Because if the contact surfaces are smooth, there will not be any friction. If the contact surfaces are rough, there will be the friction force also will be acting. In order to avoid that friction force, they are writing this condition, that is contact surfaces are smooth. That means there will not be any friction force between the contact surface. Fine. So now what we have to do here is we have to find out the contact point. In this case, the contact points are already given, that is point A, point B, and then point C, and then point D here. So once this is given, we have to identify to which sphere we can apply Lamè's theorem. Okay, so let us do that one. Before that, let me draw the free body diagram for both the sphere, that is sphere 1 and sphere 2. So first let me write the free body diagram for sphere 2, or let us see the free body diagram of sphere 2. Okay, so here the free body diagram of sphere 2 is written over there. So I'll just draw it here itself. Here you can see RA reaction is coming at point A from the inclined surface. So this will be my RA. Okay. So what I'll do here is I'll just draw a line like this. This is taken as RA. Next, what is written over there? This is my weight. Okay, so next the reaction coming from ball 1 or sphere 1, that is taken as RB. Same thing is written over here, but next thing is we have to identify the angle made by the forces over there. Okay, suppose if this is 30 degrees, this will also be 30 degrees. The total angle made between these two will become 120 degrees over there. Fine. What I'll do after that, I'll just draw a line like this to the left side and to the vertical side. Now we have to find out the angle between RA and RB, and then RA and W there. So we have to find out what is this angle. In order to find out this angle, what we have to do is let us draw a triangle like this. Okay, so this is my triangle. Fine. In this case, this is my 90 degrees. This is 90 degrees. This is 30 degrees. This will be 60 degrees. If this is 60 degrees, this will also be 60, and this will be 30 degrees. The total angle between these are, what is this? RA and weight is 60 plus 90. You'll get it as 150 degrees. This is what is written here. Next thing is we have to find out the angle between RA and RB. Suppose if this is 30 degrees, this will become 60 degrees. Why? Because 30 degrees is already here. So the angle between RA and RB is 90 degrees. It is written over here. This is the free body diagram of sphere 2. Now we'll go for free body diagram at sphere 1. So now RC is coming here, and then I'll just draw it like this. Okay, I'll take it as RC, and then weight is coming downwards, that is W, and then reaction also is coming from B there, that is from sphere 2. That is called as RB. Okay, so one more force is acting here, that is RD. So this is my free body diagram. So the angle between weight and RD is known. So what we have to do, what is the angle made by RB, we have to find out. Okay, so suppose if this is 30 degrees, this will also be equal to 30 degrees over here. Fine. So we have to see what is the angle made by this one. So this is 30 degrees, this will become 60 degrees if this is the triangle there. Okay, so this will also become 60 degrees over here. If this is 60, this angle will become 30 degrees over there. Fine, let us solve this problem. Now we have two free body diagrams, that is free body diagram at sphere 2 and then free body diagram at sphere 1. Now in these two free body diagram, we have to see for which free body diagram we can apply Lami's theorem. So by seeing these two figures, that is two free body diagram, we can tell that at sphere 2 we can apply Lami's theorem. Why? Because there are totally three number of forces over there. Fine. So what we'll do, consider the free body diagram of sphere 2. Applying Lami's theorem, we can tell that RB is divided by sine 150 degree is equals to RA divided by sine 120 degrees is equals to 400 divided by sine 90 degrees. So here the unknowns are RA and then RB. So in the given question, what is asked? Find out the reaction at A, reaction at B, reaction at C, and then reaction at D. So in the first free body diagram, we can find out RA and then RB. So with the help of this equation, that is 400 by 9 sine 90, RA by sine 120, RB by sine 150 degree, we can find out the answer for RB and then RA. So RB is calculated using the formula 400 into sine 150 degrees divided by sine 90 degrees. So we'll get the answer for RB as 200 Newton over there. So my RB is calculated. So one value is calculated. Next thing is we can find out RA then. So RA is equals to 400 by sine 90 degrees into sine 120 degrees. We'll get the answer for RA, that is 346.410 Newton over there. So after that, you can see there we cannot find out RC and RD with this free body diagram. So what we have to do here is, so we have to find out the answer for RC and RD by using free body diagram of sphere 1. Okay, so we'll come to the right hand side, or we'll apply the first equilibrium equation, either summation Fy equal to 0 or summation Fy equal to 0. So we have applied summation Fy equal to 0 over there. Fine, we'll see all the vertical components here. So first one is plus RC cos 30 degree. Why we are written cos 30 here? Because this 30 degree is making an angle with respect to the vertical axis there. That's why it is cos 30 degree. Minus RB sine 30 degrees. Minus 400 degrees. So minus 400 Newton. You'll get the answer for RC as 577.850 Newton. Okay, so as I mentioned here, this 30 degree is with respect to the vertical there. If the angle is made with respect to the vertical, the y component is calculated as RC cos 30 degree. If it is making an angle with respect to the horizontal, means it will become RC sine 60 degrees. Right? This is how RC is found out there. So next we have one more equilibrium equation, that is summation Fx equal to 0 there. So in this case we'll see all the horizontal components here. Fine. So we can see here there are totally three horizontal components, that is RB, RC and then RD there. Okay. So we'll go with one by one. RC and then RB are in second quadrant and then third quadrant. So in these two quadrants, the x component will be negative. So we'll take from RC, that is minus RC sine 30 degrees plus RD minus RB into cos 30 degrees. Once we simplify these things, we are going to get the answer for RD as 461.880 Newton. Okay, so my RC value is also found out and then RD value is also found out. Okay, so this is how we have to solve this problem. Okay, so I'll repeat it once again, the sequence. First we have to identify the contact points, where exactly you can see the contact point, that is point A, B, C, D here. After that we have to draw the free body diagram for both the spheres over there. Okay, so once you write the free body diagram of both the figures, you have to see whether Lami's theorem can be applied for both the free body diagram. So that means if the free body diagram is having three forces, you can apply Lami's theorem. Otherwise, you cannot apply Lami's theorem. In that case, what we have to do is we have to apply the equations of equilibrium to find out the unknowns over there. So my unknowns in this question are problem number 3. Determine the reactions at contact points P, Q, R and S for the system shown in figure. The radii of sphere 1 and 2 are respectively 20 mm and 30 mm. Okay, so this is my given figure. There are two spheres here, sphere number 1, sphere number 2 there. Okay, and then the weight of each sphere is, sphere 1 is 100 Newton and sphere 2 is 300 Newton. And then you can see there is a small triangle drawn over there. It is magnified here, A, C and then B here. Okay, you have to find out the angle made by this one. First thing is we have to identify what are the length of this triangles. Okay, so this side, that is AC, can be easily found out by adding the radii of two spheres over there. That is, AC is the line connecting the center of both the spheres. That is radii of sphere 1 and radii of sphere 2. You'll get it as 20 plus 30, that is 50 there, 50 mm there. Next is we have to find out the distance AB. So for that, what we have to do here is, what is the total width? Total width is 90. 90 minus radii of sphere 1. Next, minus radii of sphere 2. That is 90 minus 20 minus 30. You'll get the answer as 40 here. 40 mm. This is 40 mm and then this is 50 mm. Once this is done, you can easily find out the answer for theta. That is cos theta is equal to adjacent, that is 40 mm, and then opposite is, sorry, hypotenuse is 50 mm over there. That is cos theta is equal to 40 by 50 mm. You'll get the answer for theta as 36.87 degrees. So now we got the answer for theta, that is 36.87. For next step is we have to draw the free body diagram for both the spheres here. Okay, so my free body diagram for sphere 2 here is this one. Okay, this is my free body diagram of sphere 2 over there. Fine. Now we have to see what are the forces which are acting on sphere 2. You can see there is a reaction force coming at point P from the wall, that is one force that is represented as RP here. The same thing, it is acting towards the left side. And one more force which is coming here, that is reaction force coming from sphere 1, that is taken as RQ. The point of contact is Q, that's why it is taken as RQ, and then it is directed towards the sphere 2. So you can see the direction here. Next one is, there is the weight of this sphere coming downwards, that is taken as 300 here. Only three forces are acting at sphere 1 over there. Fine. So now you can see there are only three forces which are acting on sphere 2. We can apply Lami's theorem for this free body diagram there. So we have identified the forces, but we have not identified the angles over there. Let us find out the angles made by the forces. Fine. So the angle made between RP and then 300, it is 90 degrees. And the next one is RQ. Okay, the angle made by RQ with respect to the horizontal is the value theta with respect to horizontal is theta, that is 36.87 degree. If this is 36.87, this will become 90 minus 36.87. It is taken as 953.13 degrees over there. And then I'll draw a perpendicular here, just like dotted line, and then this is 90. The angle between RP and then RQ is 90 plus 53.13, that is 143.13 degrees. Let me write it here. This is 143.13. Okay, the angle between this and this is 90 degree, and the angle between RQ and the weight is 90 plus 36.87, that is 126.87 degrees. Now we found out the angles here. We can apply Lami's theorem. Okay, so Lami's theorem is written as RP divided by sine 126.87 is equal to RQ divided by sine 90 is equal to 300 divided by sine 143.13 degrees over there. Now we can find out the unknowns Rp and then Rq. Rp is given by the formula 300 into sine 126.87 divided by sine 143.13 degrees over there. So you'll get the answer for Rp as 400 Newton. So there is one more unknown here, that is Rq. Rq is equals to 300 divided by sine 143.13 degrees. Okay, into sine 90. So sine 90 is 1. You'll get the answer for Rq as 500 Newton. So with the help of the free body diagram of sphere 2, we got the answer for Rp and then Rq. Next, we can consider the free body diagram of sphere 1. So let us see how this free body diagram of sphere 1 is written over there. So reaction is coming at point S, it is written as RS, and then the reaction is coming from R at this point, it is taken as RR, and then there is a reaction coming from sphere 2 that is taken as RQ, and then it is directed towards third quadrant, and there is one more force which is coming down, that is weight of the sphere 1 which is coming downwards there. So we have four forces. As I told earlier, we cannot apply Lami's theorem as we have four number of forces. Now, in that case, we have to apply equilibrium equations. That is summation fx equal to 0 and summation fy equal to 0. So let us apply the first equilibrium equation, that is summation fx equal to 0. We have to consider only the horizontal component. So let us see which are the horizontal component. So RR is the vertical component, horizontal component, and RQ is the horizontal component. Okay, so RR is acting towards right side, that is plus RR minus 500 cos 36.87. Once you simplify this one, you are going to get the answer for RR as 400 Newton over there. So one more equilibrium equation is summation Fy equal to 0. That is, we have to see only the vertical components. Minus 500 sine 36.87 minus 100 and then plus RS. So by simplifying this one, we'll get the answer for RS. RS equal to 100 plus 500 sine 36.87 is equals to 400 Newton. So this is how we can find out the answer for all the reactions at point P, Q, R and then S. Okay. Problem number 4. Determine the reaction at the surface of contacts and the tension in the string AB as shown in figure. The radii of spheres R1, R2 and R3 are 200 mm. Okay, so this is my given figure and then this explanation is given along with this figure. Okay, so let me explain this figure over here. There are totally three figures over there. This is my sphere 1, sphere 2 and then sphere 3. Weight of each sphere is 1 kilonewton, 1 kilonewton and 1 kilonewton. Okay, so and then what is the distance between A and B? It is 600 mm is written over here. And then radii of each sphere is 200 mm and then 200 mm. And then you can see here there is point A here, point B here, point C at the sphere 1. So if we connect the center to center of all these spheres, you'll get this triangle over there. We have to identify what are the length of each triangle there. So this length, that is from A to C, it will be 400. That is radii of one sphere is sphere 1 plus radii of sphere 2. That is 400. Then this one CB, again it is 400 and then AB is 600. It is given in the question over there. Fine. So what we have to do here is we have to find out the reaction at the surface of contact and tension in string AB. So first thing is we have to identify the contact surfaces. Okay, so this is my first contact surface, this is my second contact surface, this is my third contact surface, and then this is the fourth contact surfaces. Okay, so let us do the solution for this. So you can see here on the screen, two equal and opposite reactions will be developed between the contact surfaces of two body as shown in figure. So you can see this figure is split over there. Okay, that means in order to explain all the forces clearly, they have split this figure apart and then draw the forces over there. Okay, let us see what are the forces coming on sphere number one. This is my sphere one. The weight of the sphere is acting downwards, that is one, and then the reaction coming from sphere one, it is taken as R2 towards the right direction, and then the reaction coming from R3 is also taken in this direction. So these are the three forces which are coming on sphere 1, so that we can apply Lami's theorem for sphere 1. Let us go to the sphere 2. You can see there is a weight which is coming downwards, and then the reaction from the surface, it is going upwards. There are two forces here, and then there is one more force which is coming from sphere 1, that is taken as R1, and there is one more spring here, that is string AB. Okay, there is one force which is going to the right side, that is TAP. So totally we have four forces here at sphere 1. We cannot find out the answer, that is we cannot apply the Lami's theorem. Fine, let's go to the sphere 3. So we have weight of the sphere coming downwards, reaction going upwards, and then the reaction coming from sphere 1 is taken as R3 here, and then tension in string AB is taken here. So this is the free body diagram of the entire figure over there. So let us apply Lami's theorem and an equation of equilibrium to find out the reaction of all these contact surfaces and then this tension in string AB. Let us go for free body diagram of sphere 1. Fine. This is my sphere 1. So free body diagram of sphere 1 is R1 is going towards this direction, weight is coming downwards, and then the one more force, that is the reaction coming from sphere 3 is going in this direction. Same forces are represented here. Now we have to identify what are the angles made by each forces over there. Fine. Now what I'll do here is, so I'll just draw a line like this, and then this is my triangle here. This is 400, this is 600, and then this is also 400. So I'll just draw a line like this. So I'll find out this angle theta, so that I can find out the angle between R1 and then the horizontal here. So this is my R1 here. Fine. So what is this angle? So we know adjacent side and then we know hypotenuse side. So we can apply cos theta. So theta is equals to cos inverse of adjacent. Adjacent is what? So half of 600, that is 300 divided by 400. So you'll get the answer for theta as 41.4 degrees over there. So if this is 41.41, this will also be 41.4 degrees over there. Fine. So this angle is known to us. Now we have to see what is the angle made by this R3. Okay. So this is R3. So this, if this is 41.414 degrees, this will also be 41.4 degrees. Okay. So this will also be 41.4 degrees. This will be 90 minus 41.4. That will be 48.6 degrees then. Fine. Now we can see here all the angles made by the forces here. So this total angle is 90 plus 1 for 41. It will become 131.4 here. This will also be 131.4 here, and then this will become, so 48 plus 48, 96, 97.2 degrees over there. This is 97.2 degrees. Now we can apply Lami's theorem here. So using Lami's theorem, we have R1 divided by sine 131.4 degrees is equals to R3 divided by sine 131.4 degrees is equal to 1. Okay, what is that 1? The weight of sphere 1. That is 1 kilonewton divided by sine 97.20 degrees. So there are two unknowns here, R1 and R3. We can find out these two unknowns by using this expression there. Okay, so R1 is given by 1 divided by sine 97.20 into sine 137.40. So if you substitute these values in calculator, you are going to get the answer for R1 as 0.756 Newton. Okay, so we got the answer for R1 as 0.756 Newton. Let us find out the answer for R3 there. So R3 is given by the formula 1 divided by sine 97.20 into sine 131.40. You'll get the answer for R3 as 0.756 kilo Newton. So both R1 and R3 are same, that is 0.756 kilo Newton over there. Okay, so we found out R1 and R3 there. So in the next slides, we'll find out the remaining forces. So now we'll consider the free body diagram of sphere 2 there. Fine. So here you can see there, this is my figure 2. This is the free body diagram of sphere 2 over there. Fine. So this is the tension in string AB and this is the reaction coming from R1 and then this is the reaction coming from the bottom surface and then there is one more weight which is acting downwards. So we already found out what is the angle made by R1 with respect to horizontal in the previous slide. It was theta is equals to 41.4 degrees over there. Fine. Now we can apply what? Equilibrium equation. The reason for not applying Lami's theorem here is in this free body diagram we have number of forces more than 3 there. So in that case we cannot apply Lami's theorem. So we are going to apply what? Equation of equilibrium. The first equation of equilibrium is summation Fx equal to 0 over there. Fine. So what we have to identify which are the forces which are coming along the horizontal direction or the x component or the horizontal components. That is we have TAB and then we have R1 here. So let us substitute these two in this equation. Plus TAB, why? Because it is acting towards the right side. Plus TAB minus R1 cos 41.4. Why it is minus? Because it is falling in the left side, that is in third quadrant. In third quadrant, both x and y component will be negative there. That is minus R1 into cos 41.4 degrees. Now in the previous slide we had already found out the value of R1 there. So what is the value of R1? It was 0.756 kilo Newton. We'll substitute this value, that is R1 equal to 0.756 in the equation and then we'll get the answer for TAB as 0.567 kilo Newton over there. Okay, so this is how we found out the answer for TAB, that is tension in string AB over there. Okay, so till now we applied only the first equation of equilibrium. Now we'll apply the other equation of equilibrium, that is summation Fy equal to 0 here. First we have to identify which are the vertical components or which are the y components and then we have to consider in this equation. So let us see which are the y components. R2 1 kilonewton and then R1. So R1 is the inclined force. We have to write the y component of R1 over there. Okay. So first we'll write plus R2 minus R1 minus 1 kilonewton, then minus R1 sine 41.4 degrees. So is equal to 0. So once you simplify this one, you are going to get the answer for R2 as R2 is equals to 1 plus 0.756 into sine 41.4 degrees. You are going to get the answer for R2 as 1.5 kilo Newton over there. So in the previous problem, we found out the answer for R1 and then R3. So R1 was 0.756 kilonewton. So R3 was 0.756 kilonewton. So here in this slide, we found out the answer for R2 is equals to 1.5 kilonewton. We have found also TAB, that is 0.567 kilonewton over there. So this is how we found out TAB and then R2. So in the next slide, what we are going to do is we have to find out R4 there. So what was pending there? So we have to find out the answer for R1, R2, R3, and then R4, and then TAB. So till now what we found out here? So we found out R1, we found out R2. So in this slide we found out TAB also, and then in the previous slide we found out R3. So what is remaining now? R4 is remaining. So we'll find out this R4 in the next slide. So now what we'll do, we'll write the free body diagram. This is the free body diagram of sphere 3. Okay, so this is your sphere 3, and then this is the free body diagram of this sphere over there. So let us see what are the forces which are acting on this sphere 3. Okay, there is one force which is the weight of the sphere, which is acting downwards, and then here the sphere 3 is in contact with the ground surface. So in that case we'll get the reaction R4 from the surface over there. So these are the two forces. One is the weight and the other one is the reaction force. Next one is this sphere 3 is in contact with sphere 1. You'll get the reaction from sphere 1 onto sphere 3, that is R3. Okay, here you can see the reaction is acting towards the sphere 3 there, that is taken as R3. And the next one is the tension in string AB. Okay, so you can see there is a string connecting between sphere 2 and sphere 3, that's why we call it as tension in string AB. So we'll all these forces are written over here, that is R4 is acting upwards, that is the reaction. Weight is coming downwards, that is 1 kilonewton, which is coming downwards, and then we have the reaction coming from the sphere 1, that is represented as R3, and next one is the tension in string AB, that is represented as TAB over there. Fine. So next one is we have to identify the angle made by all these forces there. So here, so all these forces, that is R4 and then 1 kilonewton, that is weight, is exactly vertical, and then tension in string AB, that is this force, is exactly horizontal. We don't have to find out the angle between this one. Next, only remaining thing is R3. Okay, so R3 is acting in fourth quadrant. We have to find out what is the angle made by R3 with respect to the horizontal. So in the previous slide, we found out the answer for theta. So let us take this one as theta. So in the previous problem, we found out the value for theta as 41.4 degrees. Then if this is 41.4 degrees, so this will also be 41.4 degrees. Same thing is written over here. Okay, so now we have forces and then we have the angle made by each forces. Now we can apply the equilibrium equation there. So what is unknown here? R4 is unknown. So what is the nature of R4 here? It is the vertical force there. So we can apply only one equilibrium equation, that is summation Fy equal to 0. Fine. So R4, that is plus R4 minus 1 and then minus R3 sine 41.4 degrees. Okay, what is the value of R3? In the previous slide, we found out the answer for R3 as 0.756 kilonewton. We'll substitute that in this equation, that is R4 minus 0.756 sine 41.4 degrees and then minus 1 is equals to 0. Once we do that, we'll get the answer for R4 as 1.5 kilonewton. So this is the value of R4. So we got the answer, that is R1 equal to 0.756 kilonewton, and then R3 is equal to 0.756 kilonewton. Next one is R2, we got it as 1.5, kilonewton, and then R4 is also 1.4 kilonewton over there. Okay, so this completes the given problem.